Just how turbulent have times gotten at 5,000 feet, let alone 30,000? Let's talk to someone who was there during the so-called good old days. Diana Fairechild, a former flight attendant who clocked 10 million miles. When you read the Slater story, were you surprised to see when one of the flight attendants who did have a bad day in the air found it necessary to become profane on the PA system, grab a couple of beers, and head for the back?
My first thought was maybe his brain got shook up with that injury to his head.
Yeah. I don't disagree with you. If you look at the last piece of this, which is the clientele, how have the clientele aboard the airplane and their relationship with the crew on the airplane, how has that changed?
Well, there were always some people that were testy to flight attendants, and flight attendants were like safe to be testy with because you couldn't talk back. So there were always...
The flight attendant couldn't talk back.
Flight attendant couldn't talk. You know, the customer was always right. No matter what happened, you really had to take it. And so that really hasn't changed much. But the conditions in the plane have changed so radically that there's more testy people, and people are just like chickens in cages that are too small. They're pecking each other. They're pecking the flight attendants.
Well, I didn't like flying before we spoke, and now I'm thinking of it like a chicken coop with a bunch of people pecking at me, and I really don't want to do it. It is a pleasure, however, to meet you. Thank you so much for sharing a little bit of your story with us and some perspective that I think a lot of us may have lost. Again, Diana Fairchild, who flew before the airplane was in fact a flying chicken coop.